Let it end. Let it hurt. Let it heal and let it go. Denzel Washington Motivation. Stoicism. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside, and something else will take its place. Lance Armstrong. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we dive deep into how the Stoic principles can transform the way we handle life's toughest moments. Today we're talking about a powerful truth. Pain is not the end, but a chance to begin again. Every one of us carries burdens, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, and there are times when we feel like we're at our breaking point. But what if I told you that this very pain could be the key to unlocking a stronger, wiser version of yourself? By facing pain with courage rather than letting it control you, you open the door to healing and personal growth. I want to ask you, what pain in your life are you ready to let go of? How will you transform your struggles into your greatest lessons? Comment below, share your thoughts, and let's start this journey together. Remember, each challenge you face today is an opportunity to become the person you were always meant to be. Number 1. Let it end. Life is an ever-evolving journey, and one of the most vital lessons we can learn is to embrace endings. Whether it's the end of a toxic relationship, an unhealthy habit, or a familiar but limiting environment, letting go is an essential step in our personal development and emotional well-being. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that the end of something doesn't signify failure. Rather, it's a testament to our maturity and awareness that some chapters of our lives have reached their natural conclusion. We often find it difficult to release attachments because we fear the unknown or have become accustomed to our current circumstances. Yet, by holding on to what no longer serves us, we risk stifling our potential for growth. Only by making space for new experiences, opportunities, and people can we truly evolve into the person we are meant to become. Ending something is not just about saying goodbye to people or circumstances. It's about creating closure. In modern Stoicism, we are reminded that closure is not about erasing the past but about accepting it for what it is and allowing it to no longer control us. The wound is the place where the light enters you, Rumi once beautifully stated. This speaks to the profound healing that can take place when we accept and release our attachments to the past. It is in the process of closing one door that we unlock the possibility of opening another. Letting go is not an act of weakness, but of profound strength. It allows us to stop dragging emotional baggage with us and frees us to embrace the future unburdened by regrets or what-ifs. Breaking free from cycles of negativity and self-limiting beliefs is another crucial element of letting go. We all experience moments of self-doubt, but it's vital to recognize when these thoughts are simply reflections of old wounds or fears, rather than truths about who we are. Negative thinking creates invisible barriers that prevent us from achieving our true potential. When we let go of the patterns that reinforce these beliefs, we can view the world with a fresh perspective, rooted in optimism and possibility. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our thoughts are within our control, and that mastering our minds is one of the most powerful tools we have. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's a reminder that we don't need to let past failures or doubts dictate our future. By consciously choosing to shift our thinking, we can welcome new, empowering opportunities into our lives. Knowing when to walk away is another essential skill in navigating life's inevitable challenges. Walking away from a toxic environment, relationship, or situation is not a sign of cowardice, but an act of self-respect and wisdom. Not every battle is worth fighting, nor is every connection worth maintaining. Modern Stoicism teaches us the importance of detachment and discerning what is truly worthy of our time and energy. "The greatest wealth is to live content with little," said Plato, reminding us that we do not need to cling to people or situations that drain our energy or diminish our peace. Walking away is often the best decision we can make for our emotional and mental health, allowing us to reclaim our peace of mind and prioritize our well-being. It's important to remember that every ending paves the way for new beginnings. Just as one door closes, another opens, often in ways we could never have anticipated. The end of one phase can usher in an era of transformation, growth, and reinvention. The discomfort that accompanies endings is often a sign of transformation in progress. Embrace this uncertainty, as it is in these moments of transition that we often experience our most significant personal growth. Modern Stoicism teaches us that the fear of the unknown is simply the ego's resistance to change, yet it is through these very transitions that we discover new strengths, opportunities, and possibilities that were not accessible in our comfort zones. As Lao Tzu wisely stated, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. So let go of the fear that endings may bring and trust that they are leading you toward something even better than you can imagine. In modern life, we often find ourselves clinging to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. We hold on to relationships, jobs, or routines out of fear of change, or because we feel safe within them. Yet, growth requires change, and change requires letting go. The wisdom of modern Stoicism can guide us in navigating these difficult transitions. Stoics teach us to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, to let go of our attachments, and to trust the process of life. By embracing endings, creating closure, breaking free from negativity, knowing when to walk away, and viewing each conclusion as the beginning of something new, we align ourselves with the flow of life rather than fighting against it. In doing so, we free ourselves to live with greater peace, clarity, and purpose. The journey of letting go may be difficult, but it is one of the most powerful steps we can take toward building a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Number 2. Let it hurt. Pain is an unavoidable part of life, something that each of us will experience in one form or another. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a failure at work, or the emotional weight of a personal setback, pain comes for all of us. The common response is to try to escape or avoid it, but running from pain only prolongs it. Instead, we must give ourselves permission to feel it fully, without resistance. The truth is, it's only by allowing ourselves to experience pain that we begin the process of healing. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about the last time you felt deeply hurt. You may have wanted to avoid the emotions or suppress them, but what if, instead, you leaned into the pain? Pain is not just something to survive, it is something to learn from. It teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves, what we truly value, and where we need to grow. When we face pain head-on, we open ourselves to emotional and mental growth. It's through pain that we develop resilience, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of life. In the midst of emotional hurt, it often feels like the pain will never end. It can be overwhelming, as though it will stay with us forever. However, just as physical pain eventually subsides, so does emotional pain. The awareness that pain is temporary can offer comfort during difficult times. Remember, just as seasons change, so too does pain. When you're struggling, remind yourself, this too shall pass. This realization is powerful. It allows us to endure hardship with greater strength, knowing that the current pain is just a moment in time. Take, for example, a failure at work, a project that you poured your heart into, only to see it crumble. It's painful to face failure, but what if you saw it as a lesson rather than a defeat? Pain is a powerful teacher. It helps us identify our weaknesses, learn from our mistakes, and discover what truly matters to us. By embracing pain, we transform it into a stepping stone. Instead of resisting or avoiding the discomfort, we ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? When we do this, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of facing future challenges. Pain doesn't have to break us. It can build us. There are countless stories of individuals who have faced unimaginable suffering and used it to fuel their growth. Take Denzel Washington, for instance. In interviews, he has shared that one of the most painful moments in his life was not getting into the college he wanted. Rather than letting that failure define him, he used it as motivation to push forward, eventually becoming one of Hollywood's most respected actors. Pain sharpens our clarity, focus, and determination. It helps us rise above our circumstances, as long as we don't allow it to define us. One of the most harmful things we can do is numb the pain. Whether through distractions, substances, or avoidance, numbing only delays the healing process. It's like placing a Band-Aid over an open wound without addressing the injury beneath. While it may offer temporary relief, numbing the pain only prolongs it in the long run. Instead of avoiding it, we must give ourselves permission to feel the full range of our emotions. Let the pain come, feel it deeply, and allow it to pass through you. By doing so, we initiate the healing process. As we allow ourselves to move through the discomfort, the grip of pain loosens, and we emerge stronger. The Stoics teach us that pain is not an enemy to be avoided, but a natural part of life. It is through struggles that we grow and become stronger versions of ourselves. Pain is not something to be feared. It is an opportunity for transformation. The key is to understand that pain is temporary. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." So, when pain comes knocking, don't run from it. Let it come. Let it hurt. Let it teach you. Understand that pain will pass with time, but the lessons it leaves behind will stay with you. You are not defined by the pain you experience, but by how you rise from it. Healing is not about avoiding the hurt. It's about moving through it, learning from it, and letting go. With each experience of pain, you become more resilient, more compassionate, and more capable of navigating the challenges life throws your way. Reflect for a moment. How often do you try to avoid pain or discomfort? And what if instead you allowed yourself to experience it fully, knowing it would eventually pass? By embracing pain, we unlock its power to transform us. Healing is always possible when we allow pain to guide us, not define us. So, let the pain come, and trust that it will teach you. Your future self will thank you for the strength and wisdom you gain today. Number 3. Let it heal. Healing, as Denzel Washington wisely observes, is not a quick fix but a continuous process that requires both patience and self-compassion. Emotional wounds, like physical ones, take time to heal, and there is no set timeline for recovery. It's a deeply personal journey. In today's world, which often favors instant gratification, the urge to rush through pain for immediate relief is strong, yet doing so can cause us to skip vital steps in the healing process. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus teaches, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This is equally true for emotional healing. Contentment doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from confronting and processing it. Healing requires us to move at our own pace, one step at a time. Even on days that feel like setbacks, each moment brings us closer to emotional recovery. Healing is not linear. It involves both progress and setbacks, but every step, however small, is meaningful. Modern Stoicism reminds us that life is constantly changing, and each day, no matter how it feels, contributes to our growth. A key part of healing is self-care, which goes beyond pampering and indulgence. True self-care involves nurturing our body, mind, and spirit, and building resilience for the challenges that life brings. Practices like rest, exercise, meditation, and journaling are essential for emotional healing. These activities help to strengthen our physical and emotional foundations, making it easier to cope with life's inevitable difficulties. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Take care that you do not treat inhumanity as if it were human." This means that during times of emotional turmoil, we must take care of ourselves. When we neglect our well-being, we weaken our ability to heal. By practicing self-compassion, we make space for recovery, enabling us to rebuild our strength and resilience. Forgiveness is another critical aspect of healing. It's not about excusing the actions of others or forgetting the pain we've experienced, but about releasing the emotional hold that past hurts have on us. Stoic philosopher Seneca stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Forgiveness is a powerful act of regaining control over our emotions. When we forgive, we release anger, resentment, and bitterness and open ourselves to healing. Forgiveness, however, is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing practice. It may take time, but the more we practice forgiveness, the more we free ourselves from negative emotions. Although forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it transforms the energy of resentment into the strength needed for personal growth. By forgiving, we reclaim our peace of mind and create space for healing to take root. Healing also requires the acceptance of things we cannot change. In Stoic philosophy, understanding the difference between what is within our control and what is not is essential to emotional resilience. Epictetus reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom teaches us that fighting against things outside our control only drains our energy. Instead, we should focus on what we can control: our responses, thoughts, and attitudes. Acceptance is not about resignation, it is about choosing peace over frustration. When we accept what we cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and open ourselves to growth. This is a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, which emphasizes that while we cannot change our circumstances, we can always choose how we respond to them. Another important aspect of healing is the recognition that it does not need to be a solitary journey. In fact, healing is often more effective when shared with others. Having a support network, whether it's friends, family, or professionals, is vital during times of emotional pain. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a recognition of our interconnectedness. Sharing our struggles with others can provide fresh perspectives, new coping strategies, and comfort. Epictetus himself believed that relationships are crucial for personal development, saying, "A friend is what the heart needs all the time." This highlights the importance of leaning on others during difficult times. When we have a strong support system, we are reminded that healing is possible and that we do not have to face our pain alone. Healing is a shared experience that fosters collective growth. In our fast-paced world, healing often feels like a secondary priority. Yet, by embracing Stoic principles, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and inner peace. Healing is a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. It requires patience, self-compassion, and the commitment to face life's inevitable pains with grace. By practicing patience, self-care, forgiveness, acceptance, and seeking support, we can move through the most difficult times with strength. Healing, although unique to each individual, is always within reach. It is a process that can be supported by others, and by embracing modern Stoicism, we can continue to move forward in our journey toward emotional wholeness. No matter how small the steps, each one is progressing in the right direction. As you reflect on the wisdom shared in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which part of the journey resonates with you the most? Is it letting go, embracing the pain, or allowing yourself to heal? Comment 1 for letting it end, 2 for letting it hurt, or 3 for letting it heal. And make sure to watch till the end because the last 3 insights promise some surprising twists that could be exactly what you need on your journey. Don't miss out. Let's continue this journey together. Number 4, let it go. Letting go of the past is one of the most empowering actions we can take. It's not about erasing past events, but choosing not to let them control our present. Whether it's regret, unhealed wounds, or past mistakes, holding on to them keeps us stuck and blocks us from fully experiencing the present. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This insight emphasizes that while we can't change the past, we have control over how we respond to it. Letting go frees us from emotional burdens, grudges, disappointments, and self-blame that hold us back and limit our potential. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means accepting that the past has shaped us, but it no longer needs to define us. The lessons from our experiences remain, but we don't have to carry the emotional baggage. By releasing it, we free ourselves to live in the present and embrace what the future holds. Personal growth happens when we focus on what we can control, our current choices, rather than dwelling on what we can't change. In doing so, we reclaim peace of mind and step forward with clarity and purpose. Equally important is learning to trust the flow of life, especially when it feels uncertain or out of our control. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how well we plan, things don't always unfold as expected. By surrendering the need to control everything, we create space for growth. As Seneca wisely said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. We often create more anxiety by trying to control the uncontrollable than by accepting reality as it is. Trusting the process allows us to see challenges as opportunities for growth, even when we don't understand why things are happening. Another powerful practice is letting go of the need for validation from others. In today's world of social media and constant connectivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others. But true self-worth is internal. It can't be given by others. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Seeking constant validation leaves us emotionally impoverished because our worth becomes dependent on others' opinions. When we stop seeking external approval, we take ownership of our lives and trust our own decisions. We learn to live authentically, free from the need for constant validation, which empowers us to be our true selves. Letting go of attachment to specific outcomes is also key to finding peace. In a results-driven world, success is often measured by achievements, and it's easy to become fixated on the end result. But focusing too much on outcomes can lead to frustration when things don't go as planned. The Stoics teach us to focus on the process, the effort, and the growth that happens during the journey. As Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." When we release the need to control outcomes, we open ourselves to unexpected opportunities and embrace the journey itself. Focusing on the process reduces pressure and allows us to enjoy the experience, regardless of the final result. Finally, letting go of fear is crucial for personal growth. Fear is natural, but when it controls us, it keeps us stuck in our comfort zones. Whether it's fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown, fear prevents us from taking risks and seizing new opportunities. But fear is a perception, not a fact, and it can be challenged. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Do one thing every day that scares you." Facing our fears head-on frees us to explore new possibilities and grow in ways we never imagined. Fear may never fully disappear, but we can learn to navigate it without allowing it to control our decisions. In today's world, modern Stoicism offers a guide for letting go in ways that promote emotional well-being, peace, and fulfillment. By releasing the past, trusting life's process, freeing ourselves from the need for validation, detaching from outcomes, and overcoming fear, we take back control of our lives. We no longer have to be bound by past regrets, societal expectations, or fear of the future. Practicing these Stoic principles opens the door to a life of greater freedom, purpose, and peace. Each act of release brings us closer to becoming our best selves, and embracing the wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that growth and fulfillment require courage that begins with letting go. Number 5. Choose growth over pain. Growth is not found in comfort but in struggle. It's tempting to avoid pain, but in doing so, we prevent the transformation we're meant to undergo. Every challenge, difficult experience, and painful moment has the potential to shape us into something stronger and wiser. It's by confronting discomfort head-on that we unlock our greatest potential. Take the story of a young entrepreneur. Despite facing rejection and setbacks, she didn't let these painful moments define her. Instead, she used them as fuel for growth, learning from each failure, adapting and moving forward. She embraced pain as part of her evolution. This is what choosing growth over pain looks like. Every hardship is an opportunity to evolve. Challenges aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones on the path to becoming our best selves. By changing our mindset, we can see pain not as something to avoid, but as a tool for introspection and development. It forces us to examine what's not working in our lives, helping us identify patterns and behaviors that no longer serve us. The Stoics believed that personal growth often happens in the toughest moments. Instead of seeing pain as something to escape, we can learn from it. Reflect on the last time you faced real discomfort. What did it teach you? How did it change your perspective? Growth isn't about skating through life without hardship. It's about navigating those moments with resilience, learning from them, and using them to propel ourselves forward. The Stoics taught that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. We can choose to see challenges as opportunities for growth. When facing pain, whether from personal struggles, professional failures, or relationship issues, reframe it as part of your journey, preparing you for what's next. In this light, pain becomes a powerful force pushing you toward resilience and success. Growth is not instant. It's a slow process requiring patience and perseverance. The road may be long, and obstacles may arise, but every step brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Think of a tree. It doesn't grow overnight, and its growth is often invisible. But with time, care, and patience, it becomes stronger and more resilient. Your personal growth is no different. The pain you feel today might seem unbearable, but it will eventually lead to a more resilient version of you. Each challenge makes you stronger, even if you can't see the results immediately. That's why it's important to celebrate small victories along the way. Every little bit of progress, no matter how insignificant it may seem, shows that you are moving forward. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Think about past struggles and how they shaped you. Celebrate your resilience, the ability to keep going even when times are tough. Recognize the strength it took to reach this point. By honoring your growth, no matter how small, you stay motivated to continue pushing forward. Growth is not a destination but a continuous journey. The Stoics understood that progress isn't about perfection, but about consistently striving to be better, rising above our circumstances and learning from life's challenges. Pain, when approached with the right mindset, is not to be feared. It's a tool for growth. Every painful experience is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become a stronger, wiser version of yourself. By embracing discomfort and choosing growth over pain, you unlock the potential for profound transformation. Growth is about becoming the person you were always meant to be. This journey is shaped by every experience, every lesson, and yes, every painful moment along the way. So when faced with a challenge, don't shy away from it. Step into it, embrace it, and remember, growth is not about avoiding pain. It's about growing through it. The lesson is simple. Pain with the right mindset becomes a tool for growth. It's not something to run from or fear, but something to embrace as part of the journey. Every painful experience is a step forward, every obstacle an opportunity to evolve. Don't just endure pain, let it transform you. Choose growth, choose resilience, and choose to rise stronger from every challenge life presents. By embracing this mindset, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, evolving into the best version of yourself. Number 6, trust the process. In life, there are moments when we feel disoriented, lost, or frustrated by the unpredictability of events. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't unfold the way we envisioned, or when setbacks seem to pile up. However, trusting the process is about understanding that life is not a random series of events, but rather a carefully orchestrated journey. Each moment, whether joyful or painful, is a stepping stone towards something greater. The key is to accept that the challenges we face, however difficult, are integral to our growth. Modern Stoicism teaches us that life is an ongoing process of becoming, and each experience, even the ones we wish to avoid, contributes to shaping us into the person we are meant to be. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Challenges, though uncomfortable, are the polishing agents of our character, helping to build resilience, strength, and wisdom, qualities essential for navigating life's uncertainties. When things don't go as planned, it can be tempting to question everything. Why is this happening? Why does progress feel so slow? The truth is, trusting the process requires patience, the willingness to wait for things to unfold in their own time, not on our timeline. In moments of uncertainty, rather than succumbing to frustration, we can use these waiting periods to reflect, plan, and grow. During times when progress feels stagnant or the path ahead is unclear, there's a real opportunity for self-discovery. It's in these moments of stillness and reflection that we often find clarity and gain new insights into ourselves. Trusting the process means having faith that every moment, whether we understand it or not, is part of a larger, unfolding story. This wisdom aligns with the Stoic teachings of Epictetus, who reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While we can't always control the events that occur, we can always choose how we respond. And trusting in the process means choosing to respond with patience, resilience, and belief in our eventual growth. Life is rarely a straight path. There are detours, unexpected twists and turns that can lead us to places we never anticipated. Often we feel the urge to rush through these detours, to push forward as quickly as possible. But true healing and growth come from being flexible and adaptable, recognizing that life's unpredictability is part of what makes the journey meaningful. In moments of doubt, remember that what may seem like a setback or a deviation from the plan might actually be guiding you to a better place. This is where trust becomes so powerful. Trusting the process doesn't mean that you always understand the reasons behind the struggles or that you always see the end goal clearly. It means embracing the uncertainty and accepting that every experience is a valuable part of your evolution. This principle echoes the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle, no matter how frustrating, is a chance to practice virtue, perseverance, and resilience. Faith in the larger picture is essential when trusting the process. At times, the path ahead may feel rocky or uncertain, but that doesn't mean we should lose faith in the bigger picture. Just because we can't see the full scope of the journey doesn't mean the pieces aren't falling into place. Every disappointment, every success, and every failure is a part of a larger narrative that will eventually reveal itself. When we trust the process, we begin to foster an attitude of perseverance, understanding that setbacks are temporary and that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. It's crucial to remember that growth isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about embracing every moment, every lesson, and every change along the way. This philosophy is deeply aligned with the teachings of modern Stoicism, which reminds us that growth is not just about external accomplishments, but about the internal transformation that occurs over time. True strength lies in how we respond to the journey, not merely in reaching the end goal. Trusting the process is an act of faith, not necessarily in the outcome, but in ourselves. It's a belief that no matter how unclear or uncertain the path seems, each experience serves a purpose. Even when life feels like it's throwing us curveballs, we must trust that we are exactly where we need to be, moving at the pace that's right for us. Life will unfold as it should, and all we need to do is stay present, continue to learn, and have the patience to see things through. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Trusting the process is an exercise in freedom, the freedom to let go of the need to control everything and to embrace the flow of life as it unfolds. By trusting in the process, we learn not just to endure but to thrive, knowing that every experience, whether joyous or painful, is contributing to our personal evolution. So, embrace the journey with patience, resilience, and faith, trusting that every step, no matter how small, is leading you to where you need to be. Do you believe that letting go of the past can truly free you to embrace the future? Comment yes if you agree, or 1 if you think it's harder than it sounds. And don't forget to stay until the end. There's a powerful insight coming up that might surprise you. Number 7. Let go of control. Letting go of control is a deeply transformative step toward a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that success is rooted in meticulous planning, organization, and a constant need to control every aspect of our lives. We're taught to avoid uncertainty, leaving nothing to chance, and ensuring every detail is managed. However, this drive for control often comes at a high cost, leading to stress, anxiety, and a relentless pressure to perform. The truth is, control is largely an illusion. While we can influence aspects of our lives, we cannot dictate every outcome, especially when it comes to other people and the unpredictable nature of the world. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The more we try to control, the more our desires expand, often to the point where we exhaust ourselves chasing perfection. Life doesn't bend to our will, no matter how much effort we put into forcing outcomes. Letting go of control, however, offers a powerful sense of freedom. By releasing the need to micromanage every aspect of life, we free ourselves to experience the present moment without the constant weight of expectations. Releasing control does not mean surrendering our goals or becoming passive in life. It's about accepting that life will unfold as it should, even if it doesn't align with our meticulously crafted plans. Letting go is not a passive resignation to chaos, but an active choice to trust the natural flow of life. When we stop trying to control every detail, we open ourselves up to new opportunities, experiences, and unexpected outcomes. Life becomes richer and more fulfilling when we stop forcing it into a rigid mold and instead trust that the universe has its own rhythm. This shift makes us more adaptable, flexible, and capable of appreciating the beauty of the unexpected. Instead of viewing detours as obstacles, we begin to see them as opportunities for growth. The Stoics taught us that inner peace comes from accepting that not everything is within our control and learning to embrace life as it comes. As Heraclitus, the ancient Greek philosopher, said, "The only constant in life is change." By accepting the unpredictable nature of life, we stop resisting it and start living in harmony with its flow. When we let go of control, we stop feeling trapped by rigid expectations and deadlines. We release the anxiety of trying to align outcomes with our wishes and open ourselves to the spontaneity and creativity that life has to offer. By loosening our grip, we create space for growth, adventure, and joy. The more we let go of control, the more we free ourselves to live fully in the present, without worry about what the future holds or regret over past mistakes. Trusting the process, as the Stoics often advised, is one of the most liberating experiences we can have. The universe, with all its uncertainties, unfolds in ways we cannot always predict. By stepping back and letting life unfold on its own terms, we often find that the outcomes are far better than anything we could have planned. As Marcus Aurelius, a central figure in modern Stoicism, advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When we stop obsessing over control, we become free to shape our reality through our perceptions and embrace the lessons life offers. Letting go of control also means releasing the burden of perfectionism. Many of us feel that if we don't control every aspect of our lives, things will go wrong. Perfectionism, however, leads to burnout and dissatisfaction as we create unrealistic expectations and remain stuck in a state of constant striving. By relinquishing the need to control everything, We allow ourselves to simply be. We can make mistakes without fearing judgment and accept that imperfection is a natural part of the human experience. This act of surrender is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It's an acknowledgement that we are capable of navigating whatever life throws our way. Trusting ourselves rather than clinging to control allows us to experience life with greater self-assurance. We begin to trust that we are strong enough to handle the ups and downs of life without needing to control every detail. Letting go of control is an act of trust, not just in the universe but in ourselves. It's a declaration that we are worthy of experiencing life fully, without the burden of perfectionism or endless planning. When we release control, we tap into a deeper sense of peace and allow life to unfold naturally. As Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." By accepting that not everything can be controlled, we gain the freedom to live with greater ease, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way. In today's fast-paced world, modern Stoicism offers a valuable framework for letting go of control. It encourages us to face the uncertainties of life with trust and resilience. By learning to trust the process, embracing the flow of life, and letting go of the need for perfection, we can experience greater freedom and peace. Letting go of control is not always easy, but it is a necessary step in unlocking our full potential and living a more fulfilled life. True strength, as the Stoics teach us, is not found in controlling every aspect of life, but in surrendering to the flow and trusting that things will unfold as they should. By releasing control, we create space for new opportunities, personal growth, and the beauty of life's surprises. Life is not meant to be controlled, it's meant to be experienced, fully and authentically. Number 8. Let go of fear. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold us back from living the life we truly desire. It manifests in so many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, and often keeps us trapped in a cycle of inaction, too afraid to take risks or step outside our comfort zones. But here's the truth. Fear is a natural part of being human, and while it might feel overwhelming at times, it should never be the force that controls your decisions. Every time you allow fear to hold you back, you miss out on an opportunity for growth and transformation. Think about the last time you felt fear. Was it the fear of trying something new, or the fear of stepping into an unfamiliar situation? Now ask yourself this: what would happen if you didn't let that fear control you? What if you choose to act despite it? That's when the magic happens. The Stoic secrets remind us that true growth lies beyond our comfort zone, where fear often lives. In fact, fear and excitement are more alike than we might think. Both cause your heart to race, your stomach to flutter, and your mind to sharpen. The key difference is how we interpret those sensations. While we often associate fear with danger, it's just as likely that we're feeling the excitement of a new possibility, a chance to push ourselves beyond what we've known before. Have you ever felt those butterflies in your stomach before a big presentation or before taking a leap in your career? What if instead of calling it fear, you called it excitement? What if you viewed it as a signal that you're about to do something meaningful, something that will help you grow and evolve? By reframing fear as excitement, we tap into its energy, turning it from something that holds us back into something that drives us forward. But how do we actually let go of fear? First, we need to acknowledge it. It's tempting to pretend fear isn't there, to suppress it and push forward as if it doesn't exist, but this often leads to even more anxiety and stress. Fear, after all, is a part of life. It's a natural reaction, especially when we're stepping into the unknown or facing something new. The key is not to let fear dictate our actions. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. It's choosing to take that first step even when you're uncertain of the outcome. Courage is about trusting that even in the face of fear, you can handle whatever comes your way. And when you make decisions based on your values and your long-term goals, rather than on fear, you reclaim the power that fear tries to take from you. Fear-based decisions are often rooted in avoidance, keeping us stuck and preventing us from moving toward the success, fulfillment, and freedom we truly want. But when you choose courage, when you choose to act in spite of fear, you open the door to greater opportunities and growth. Think about the most successful people you know. Did they achieve what they have by avoiding fear? Number. They pushed through it. They acted in the face of uncertainty. They embraced the unknown, because they knew that within uncertainty lay the potential for growth, learning, and new opportunities. This is where the Stoic secrets really come into play. Life is inherently uncertain, and if you're waiting for the fear to completely disappear before you act, you'll be waiting forever. What if, instead of fearing uncertainty, you learned to embrace it? What if you saw each moment of uncertainty as a chance to learn and adapt, knowing that it's in the unknown that the most exciting opportunities arise? Fear of the unknown often keeps us from taking that first step, but once we learn to embrace uncertainty, it becomes less intimidating. It becomes a necessary part of the journey, a part that brings with it the lessons and the growth that will propel us forward. A great modern story comes to mind about a young man named Jack, who had always dreamed of starting his own tech company. For years, he had worked a stable job, but his desire for more never went away. However, the fear of failure, judgment, and the unknown kept him stuck in the same place. One day, he decided to face that fear head-on. He left his job, started his business, and faced every challenge with courage. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, and many opportunities to give up, but he kept pushing forward. Now, his company is thriving. His journey wasn't without fear, but the key was learning to act despite it. He embraced the fear and used it as a sign that he was stepping into something new, something bigger than himself. Let's ask ourselves, what are we afraid of right now? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of judgment? Or is it the fear of stepping into the unknown? And what if we reframed that fear as excitement? What if we saw those moments of anxiety as signals that we are on the brink of something transformative? Each time you feel that flutter in your stomach, that rush of nervous energy, remember that it's not fear. It's the excitement of growth, of stepping into the life you were meant to live. Letting go of fear is about trusting yourself. It's about choosing to move forward, even when the road ahead is uncertain. The Stoic secrets teach us that fear doesn't have to control us. It's simply a signal that we are about to do something important, something that will help us grow. The more you practice stepping into fear, the more you'll find that it loses its grip on you. You'll learn to act in spite of it, and with each step, you'll grow stronger, more resilient, and more confident in your ability to navigate the unknown. So ask yourself, what's holding you back? Is it fear? And how can you reframe that fear to fuel your growth rather than stifle it? Let go of the fear that holds you back, embrace the excitement of the unknown, and step boldly into the future you've always dreamed of. Your journey toward growth and success begins now. Number 9. Embrace your unique journey. Embracing the uniqueness of your own journey is one of the most empowering steps you can take toward finding peace and fulfillment. Each person's path is shaped by individual experiences, challenges, and triumphs that no one else can fully understand. In today's world, where social media often highlights only the best parts of people's lives, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. This can lead to frustration, self-doubt, and feelings of inadequacy. However, no two journeys are the same, and this is something to celebrate. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your path is uniquely yours, unfolding at its own pace, and there's no need to compare it to anyone else's. When you compare your journey to others, you diminish the value of your own experiences. Everyone faces different challenges and learns different lessons along the way. Just because someone else appears to be succeeding faster doesn't mean you are falling behind. It simply means their journey is different. Life isn't a race, but a series of personal milestones and growth moments. Embracing the uniqueness of your path shifts your focus from external comparisons to honoring your internal progress. This mindset allows you to celebrate even the small victories, as each step forward, no matter how minor it seems, is part of your growth. As Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Even setbacks contribute to your development. Celebrating small wins is key to building motivation and momentum. While society often emphasizes dramatic accomplishments, the truth is that small, consistent steps are just as important. Every minor milestone, whether it's overcoming a fear or learning something new, is part of your larger journey. When you take the time to acknowledge these moments, you reinforce their significance and make it easier to continue moving forward. These small wins accumulate and eventually lead to bigger achievements. Success isn't just about reaching a distant goal, it's about the process, the growth, and the lessons learned along the way. As the saying goes, success is a journey, not a destination. Another important aspect of embracing your journey is understanding and accepting your timing. Life doesn't unfold on anyone else's schedule. We often feel pressured to meet certain milestones by a specific age or time, but this doesn't account for the uniqueness of each person's journey. Comparing your timeline to others can lead to unnecessary anxiety. Trust that your time will come when you're ready. Success isn't about meeting a prescribed timeline, it's about personal growth and self-discovery. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny." Your journey is unfolding as it should, and there's no need to rush it to match someone else's pace. Lastly, it's essential to accept that you are enough exactly as you are at every stage of your journey. Our culture often pushes unrealistic standards for success, beauty, and achievement. But the truth is, you don't need to change or meet someone else's expectations to be worthy. You are valuable, capable, and worthy of success just as you are. Embrace your strengths, flaws, achievements, and setbacks. They all make you uniquely you. The journey to self-acceptance is ongoing, but it's crucial to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. As Epictetus said, "Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." The more you accept and love yourself, the more at peace you'll become. In a world that often encourages us to do more, be more, and compare ourselves to others, it can be difficult to appreciate the value of your own unique path. However, by embracing your journey, you stop measuring your worth against external standards and instead begin to recognize the progress you've made. Modern Stoicism teaches that we cannot control everything, especially others' paths or the timing of events, but we can control how we respond. By embracing your own journey, you free yourself from the stress of comparison and allow yourself to grow into the person you are meant to be. Your path is unfolding perfectly as it should. So let go of the need to compare your life to anyone else's and embrace the beauty of your own path. It is perfect in its own way. If you're ready to let go of pain and take control of your journey, drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready to let go of the pain," or "I will conquer myself." I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to stick around until the end of the video. There's more powerful content ahead, including a surprise that will give you new insights on your path to growth and healing. Let's go through this journey together. Number 10. Keep moving forward. In life, we all face obstacles. Challenges, setbacks, and detours are inevitable. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go according to plan, but the key to moving forward is perseverance. The most successful people are not those who avoid obstacles, but those who keep going despite them. These difficulties are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. When you face an obstacle, it might feel like the end of the road, but in reality, it's just a detour, a test of your grit and determination. The true test of character isn't whether we encounter challenges, but whether we choose to keep going when they inevitably arise. Have you ever felt that moment when everything seems to fall apart? When you think your efforts are for nothing? That's when the Stoic secrets can guide you. Obstacles aren't meant to stop you. They're here to teach you, strengthen you, and make you more resilient. Momentum is far more powerful than perfection. It's easy to believe that we must have everything figured out before we take the next step. But the truth is, progress doesn't require perfection. What it requires is movement. Perfectionism can paralyze you, forcing you to wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. But if you wait for everything to be perfect, you might wait forever. The most important thing is to keep moving forward, even if it's just a small step at a time. Each bit of progress, no matter how small, adds up and brings you closer to your goals. Mistakes are part of the journey, and each misstep offers valuable lessons that refine your approach and make you wiser. The key is to embrace those imperfections as part of the learning process. So, what's holding you back from making that next step? What if the next step, no matter how imperfect, is the one that leads you closer to your vision? Think about this. Setbacks are not failures. They are setups for comebacks. Life will knock you down, but it's your ability to rise again that truly matters. Every mistake, every failure, every setback contains within it the seed of a comeback. Resilience isn't built in times of ease. It's built in times of struggle. The Stoic secrets teach us that it's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it, adjusting our course, and moving forward with renewed strength. Take the story of Sarah, for example. After her business failed, she felt like a failure. But instead of letting it define her, she analyzed what went wrong, learned from her mistakes, and launched a new business. This time, her venture succeeded. The difference wasn't that she avoided failure. It was that she chose to rise from it. The comeback, as they say, is always stronger than the setback. And every challenge you face makes you more prepared for the obstacles to come. What's your comeback going to look like? Are you ready to rise after a fall? It's also essential to embrace the journey itself, not just focus on the destination. Often, we become so fixated on the end goal that we forget to appreciate the process of getting there. Every step is an opportunity for growth, learning, and self-discovery. The journey shapes you just as much, if not more, than the destination. Celebrating the small wins along the way is what keeps you motivated. These victories, however small they may seem, are the building blocks of your larger success. Think about how you felt after taking that first small step toward a big goal. Wasn't it empowering? The joy from that first move was real, and the process, not just the destination, holds far more meaning. Waiting until you arrive to feel fulfilled is a mistake. True fulfillment comes from enjoying the work, the effort, and the growth along the way. Every moment spent striving brings value in ways that no end result can replicate. Let's ask ourselves, are you focusing too much on the destination and missing the value of the journey? How often do you celebrate the small steps you take? The road ahead may be challenging, but remember that the path you're walking on is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Each obstacle you overcome, each setback you face, is part of a greater plan. Your vision, the reason why you started, is your guiding light. Whenever challenges arise, remind yourself of why you began in the first place. Keep your eyes on that vision, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Trust that your efforts are leading you somewhere worthwhile. No matter how long it takes, every step you take, every setback you overcome is moving you closer to your ultimate destination. Keep moving forward, and trust that your resilience, persistence, and dedication will ultimately shape your success. The Stoic secrets reveal that it's not the obstacles that define us, but how we respond to them. Keep moving forward no matter the pace. Your resilience is your strength, and your persistence is the key to unlocking your success. So, embrace the journey, trust in the process, and remember, every step, no matter how small, is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. As we wrap up this video, remember that the time for change is now. Don't let the weight of your past or the uncertainty of your future hold you back. You have the power and the ability to start transforming your life today, one small step at a time. Every choice you make, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. This journey is yours, and with patience, resilience, and trust in the process, you will find strength and hope even in the most challenging moments. Take action now. Embrace the pain, the healing, and the letting go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you're applying these principles in your own life. Share your journey with me in the comments below. What steps are you taking today to move forward? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Stoic in Your Life community for more inspiration on your path to personal growth and happiness. Your transformation starts now.